Today we're out in front of Hellam Township Police Department. You may be hearing some construction going on. They're actually putting in new facilities, and they are actually very worthy of it. They are a little overcrowded here, and we're going to talk to Chief Pollock and talk about how they've grown, what technologies have changed over time. But I think the great thing about Hellam Township Police Department is they are so community oriented. We see them in events. We have a lot of great support from the community, which Chief Pollock will talk about. And we know a lot of the police officers here. So I know we don't have that in a lot of places. Being in a small town, we have that here. We're fortunate for it. But we had a great tour with Chief Pollock, and we're going to give you a taste of it and see what's going on here at the Hellam Township Police Department. Oh, one more thing. We have these t-shirts here we picked up. They are putting in a K9 unit to better serve the community, to better do their job. And we're going to hear more about that and how you can support it as well.
I've been the chief here for 4 years, been here as an officer for 18, total of 21, almost 22 years in law enforcement. Our community relationship is outstanding. It's two-way. It's not just us reaching out to the community, it's them asking, what can we do for you? And recently with the K9 program up and coming, the response has been humbling. Obviously many people are hurting right now. Some people are unemployed, some people are reducing their pay, but we have raised tens of thousands of dollars for the K9 program. It is completely funded right now. The startup costs are funded. We need to continue to raise money for the long-term annual expenses, but the outreach, the non-stop outreach, not just from our community, but our neighboring communities. We've had people who live in Lower Windsor donate considerable amounts of money. We've had people in ex-businesses in Spring Spray Township donate considerable amounts of money. So, and when the dog is up and running, like our neighboring departments, Lower Windsor, Spring Spray, Northeast Regional, if those guys need anything for that dog, we're going to come run as fast as we can. They've always been there for us, and we're going to continue to be there for them. And really, when you're a K9 officer or have a K9 program, you're kind of assuming some additional responsibilities because if somebody in Hanover called for a dog, most likely we're going to go help them. That doesn't happen very often, but if it's a missing child or something of a severe nature and they need a dog to get this problem solved, we're going to come running. K9 is a ton of work. The dogs they constantly have to be trained. Obviously, they have to be taken care of, and they have certain training criteria that they have to meet legally. So, Mike will, I think it's 6 or 8 hours every month they are required by law to maintain that training level. To maintain that level of training, he has to train on his own because he can't show up to training at the kennel. We're going through Castle Kennel in Mechanicsburg. He can't show up there for his 8 hours of training and not be prepared because they're not going to pass the dog. Because that training isn't just training. Basically, it's a test. Every month they have to prove this dog can still do what he's been trained to do, and then to maintain the national standard of the dog training that's required. So it's not every week. It's nonstop work. As police officers, you hear about the Thin Blue Line and the brotherhood. Well, when you're a K9 officer, it's next level. Those guys really stick together. They really help each other out. So for that particular event, we had Sergeant Chris Martinez from Newbury Township. That was actually his dog that you saw doing the bite work. And then you had Officer Derek Smith from Southern Regional Department here in the bite suit, helping us, Hellam Township, get our dog program up and running. So it's pretty awesome, the teamwork and the cohesiveness that comes with just that community. Our dog will be certified in 3 things. It'll be narcotics, it'll be tracking, and it'll also be criminal apprehension. Which criminal apprehension, what that means is if we get dispatched to a burglary in progress and we get there and we have every reason to believe that there is somebody in the house, well, that dog's going to go in. That dog is going to be trained to defend itself and also apprehend a bad guy. And then the same thing, what you see more typically is maybe an officer in a foot chase. You know that guy just did something bad, that's the guy you're chasing, the dog's gonna go get him. This is a serious commitment. This is 24/7. Mike might be off duty as a police officer, but he's never off duty as a K9 handler until that dog is no longer in service or no longer with us. I mean, that's his commitment. That is 24/7, 365. Just everywhere we go, it's just great. Like I said, we think we have a quality t-shirt. that's what we want. We wanted people to get that T-shirt and say, this is for a great event, but it's also a nice shirt, I'm going to wear it.